Morning, everybody. Another week. Monday morning, 9 o'clock. I read the calendar and it's kind of another one of those. So today is Monday, March 21st. And it's from Linda Evangelista. Lauded for her looks, but I don't know who she is, if she's a beautiful woman. No one is born with perfect eyebrows. Okay. You know what? I don't care about my eyebrows. I've never shaped them. I've never plucked them. Guess I'm lucky I don't have one of them unibrows. So again today, we're going to start off right away with the dab. And then I'll cough for the next how long? You probably won't see me tomorrow. Tomorrow is our trip to Denver. I'll have to get out my calendar. But I probably won't have time to come and visit. I'll have to get up and shower and get ready, and then we'll take off. So you might not see me till Wednesday morning. We have a little routine. Usually when we come back from Denver, after his doctor visit, we stop at Famous Dave's. And we get the big feast that comes out on the garbage can lid, and then we eat it there and bring home the leftovers and have that either that night or the next day. Yeah, we make 2 meals out of it. Cheers, guys. Here's to a wonderful Monday. Is it going to be a mellow Monday? Ooh, that was a good one. I really do like this wax maxer. I have to call these guys today, 7th Floor Vapes. See about getting another water perk. I might cough for a minute, guys. Ooh, hot flash. So, you know I went yesterday because, well, maybe you don't know. We were out of flour. The only thing I could find is this little bit of green crack. Whew. Maybe I shouldn't do a hit as soon as I wake up. We did this yesterday. Okay. So I went down to Grow Life to get us some flour. So I got some Abyss. Guess we can see what they look like. Ooh, it smells good. Just itty bitty tight little nugs. Find a decent one. There's one. That's the Abyss. Oh, I forgot to do that. Let's see if I can still do it. There. That will all have to go. Here I have the Blue Dream Ugh. Yesterday, a bunch of people from the cannabis community, all the different social smoking lounges, the clubs, they all got together and cleaned up the park. I should have went. But, you know, he's still running a temp. I have to keep an eye on him. Good thing we see the doctor tomorrow up there. When he's running a temp, that means there's something going on. Granted, he might just have that crap. I'm pretty much over it. I can't tell if the mucus is from smoking or still residual from the flu. It doesn't hurt when I cough anymore. So anyway, back to my story. So, even when Grumpy Grandpa and I talked about it last night, he said, you know, just because you are dabbing Granny, you should have went to represent. So the next project that you guys here in the Springs put together, one of you has to have my phone number. Give me a call. Aaron, if it's you from Canna Canyon, somebody, let make sure that I know about that, and I'll try to. I need to represent. And then I did see one of the girls that was there, and she said, this is cool. Remember me telling you about the one city council member I really like, Bill Murray, not the comedian or actor, but our city council member. His name is Bill Murray. He was at the park helping those kids clean up the park. Kudos to this guy. He's got my vote. He's got my support. Anyway, there's another city council meeting Tuesday. And she asked, was I going to come? I guess I better look and see what it's about, and probably. Now, this is the LA chocolate. This is one that Chris said is real good. It sounds good, doesn't it? LA chocolate. So, you know, if I'm going to become active or an advocate or whatever, I need to make myself more visible. Ooh, this does have some real dark. Can you see? That would be the chocolate, I bet. Chocolate. That might be what we make a toke. And then have a nice buzz. That was the Jesus OG, the last of the Jesus OG, and a little bit of the Goji. And this is Mandarin Kush. This one, he said, was real heavy, so we don't want to smoke that yet. Ooh. That's just a little nug. I'll have you know, when I named my little boy, my dog, Nugget, I didn't pick his name out. I did not. I was going to pick like Ruger or something like that. Grumpy Grandpa picked his name out because he said he was like a little chocolate nugget. And then it turns out, you know, it just kind of fits with us. Denver Nuggets. Shit. Nug. So today there's no sunshine. You can see the mountains, but they're gray. Yesterday was a pretty nice day, and I was putzing around in the front yard. I plant a rose bush because I never keep them alive. Usually every Mother's Day I plant a rose bush. And I have a lot of goofy little statues. My Buddha fountain, I don't leave the crystal ball out there all year because it will get stolen. Most of the stuff I put out gets stolen. I had the nicest bronze Mayan calendar. I'm telling you, that sucker was this big. It was huge. It was heavy. Somebody stole that. Then last summer I put out some different Hindu statues. Really nice ones, colorful ones. Those were stolen. My Buddha, though, he's never been stolen. But anyway, if you seen me yesterday smoking the bong out there, you see that he's looking down and his hands are like this. There's a crystal ball that goes there, and as the water comes through the Buddha, the ball spins, and there's LCD lights, is that what you call them? And it turns colors. And Grandpa fixed it up so it has everything it needs to actually run. So I thought I'd sit by him. I actually wanted to ride up into the canyon and do a nature video. Guys, I think people are just getting sick of me just smoking dope, medicating. I don't know what else to do. I know it is. I can't get this open. The same. Maybe my claim to fame is ending. That's okay. It was fun while it lasted. So today is Domestic Goddess Day, since tomorrow I have to go to Denver. We're going to talk about, well, we'll see. While he's sick? Nope, we won't talk about anything while he's sick. Somebody, have you guys heard that thing about ice in the bong? Did I already discuss that with you? I've got mouth. That using ice in your bong causes bacteria. Could have been psychological, but then after he told me that, that's when I got sick. Oh, that's my. You've all seen the really cool carb cap I have for that e-nail. Looks like a genie bottle. I dropped it and broke it. That was the one thing I broke the other day with my pert for my water pert for my wax maxer. So I have to get with Max Quality Glass, see if they'll give me a deal. Why not, huh? Alrighty then. Let's load up the Megatoke with some, LA chocolate, right? That's what we kept out. The Dab Lifestyle. That's a cool slap. I like that one. I should just put that on my desk, huh? You guys are probably thinking, well, why are you doing that now, Granny? You know what? Some of you say my real name. So for those that don't know, let me introduce myself. My name is, and I am a dabaholic. And I'm crazy, just not certified. So there, I think we properly introduced ourselves. I've seen the other granny, the stone granny that smokes weed. She curses an awful lot. To each his own. But you know how I feel about cursing. I feel that. Oh, I curse. Oh, my lip. Do I have anything here? My lip just cracked right here. That's the one thing about Colorado. As much as I love it, it's so dry here. Grandpa told me there was a recall on eels, but I can think of worse things that are going to kill me. JD, do you know about buying pot and squishing the rosin out of it? Have you tried that? I would think you'd have good pot down there in Texas. that don't work. I don't know what to tell you. You asked me about the patches. Actually, if you have pain in your joints, any topicals are wonderful. Not to catch a buzz. If that's what you're wanting, then we're talking two different things. But I will preach about the fact, dang it, Billy gave me another flow sheet to actually go over with you guys the different strains, talking about decarbo. Dang it. I fell asleep during my radio show last night. I ate 3 fruit rings. That was my sleeping pill last night. And I slept and I dreamt. My dreams last night were, one, I met some people that I knew from high school in a dark alley. And they didn't like me in high school and they didn't like me in my dream. And another dream, I was in this field all by myself, and it was green all around, and there was bunnies and tarantulas. And I don't know what the bunnies were, maybe because I talked about Easter yesterday. Because, okay, I cooked what, most people would consider a traditional Easter dinner. Yesterday I cooked a ham, scalloped potatoes, crescent rolls, and asparagus, which is more than enough for Grumpy Grandpa and I. But I was celebrating the first day of spring. I think this thing about the Easter Bunny is rather warped, and I just don't get. Of course, I've never really researched how he came about. I understand both the Christian and the pagan holidays, but I don't understand about the damn Easter Bunny. Gotta be a pretty damn big bunny to carry around all them eggs and candy. And that's kind of scary. I don't associate, but some people don't like rabbits. After my parents and Rhoda were buried, and they're all buried in the same plot with one big headstone. After the funeral and stuff, when you're standing around, and I can't remember if my sister was with me, but I know it was Kevin and I, and I think we must have been just visiting the grave. There was 3 bunnies on the grave, so I'm weird about certain stuff, and I was like, oh, they're just showing me they're okay. The rabbits here aren't like the rabbits back in Iowa. The rabbits here, they got real big legs. They're not really jackrabbits, but the deer aren't the same either. We have mule deer here and cottontail, whitetail back there. But of the 2 places, I'm staying right here in Colorado. I like the weather. Even though we're supposed to get snow again, that's our springtime moisture. Probably started a story and forgot, huh, guys? I'm pretty good at that. That was one of my low citizen marks in school when I was a kid. Trying to be too much of a social butterfly. Maybe today I can just cut this one down and use this one. Some tasty flour. That was some real tasty flour. That was the LA chocolate. I recommend that one. Okay, guys, I am going to, it's a short one today. Especially by the time I get all my hacking out of the way. JD, okay, I never did finish telling you about the patches. The patches, you don't really, like if I put 2 of the hybrids on, there might be an hour where I get a real nice stony feeling. Look at my arm. Dang dog. Old people skin. But, if I'm having an anxious day, it helps with that. It helps if I get a high CBD, that helps with the pain. But no kind of buzz. The indica will help me sleep at night. But, you know, that's just like buying any of your strains. I try to stay away from sativa dominant because I don't like that racy feeling. Young people like it. Maybe even some older people like it. I will tell you that I know the Abyss. This is why I'm going to have to get that chart. And that'll be what we talk about tomorrow. The Abyss is a sativa, but because of the cannabinoids and all that stuff in there, the chemical compounds, it doesn't give you that racy. It's actually quite sedating. All this is on my chart if I can find it. I thought I brought the mustache pen up. Nope, just the box mod. This is a nice little contraption. I need to clean that one. I'm gonna ask them guys how you clean it. I know it's up there, but I don't feel like digging it down. Oh, guys, that was the university hospital. I'll tell you what, I don't know if it's me, but I make friends along the way, and it sure helps. Like that referral thing I was telling you about, that was a big deal. That was a very big deal. I don't think I downplayed it. And so, the one thing that happened was, I don't know if I told you, but we are working on getting a case manager through the insurance company. Oh, I see it already it's doing that crazy stuff, so let me, okay. So, she's an older lady, and she's rather goofy, but I made a good impression on her. I made myself ready for all her interviews, because she's got to determine, do we really need one? So Friday, she's the one that was so persistent in getting that, even though it's supposed to take 3 business days. So the referral should not have been ready. But she was persistent enough, and now the university hospital called to say, "Oh, I'm so glad that you guys are coming." Just, it was a nice thing. So I don't know if I ever told you this about our doctor. Some yes, probably some no. Several years back, I mean several years back, we had a doctor named Dr. McNitt. This guy was a civilian, retired military. Great guy, had a little ponytail. He was an older gentleman, probably 65 maybe. His wife died of cancer, and he said his goal before he retired from internal medicine was to get Kevin hooked up with somebody up there, which he did. So even though Kevin at that time wasn't, he had the hepatitis C real bad, and we knew what it was doing to his liver, he wasn't sick enough in liver failure that he would have been considered eligible for a transplant. But he got us through the channels. So by the time Kevin was sick enough to be listed for a transplant, we had a good rapport with the people at the university hospital. And that's probably why he was cured of the hepatitis C. I don't think anybody down here at Evans would have ever said, "Let's give you the Sovaldi," especially with Obamacare. Because the Sovaldi, which is the new treatment for hepatitis C, that's something I can talk about if anybody ever has any questions about hepatitis C. That's something I know a lot about. Anyway, so we met. The first time we went up there, it was in January. It was in a January time frame. That's usually when we go. And so this doctor comes in, and I said, "Well, hello, Dr. Foreman." And I didn't know her. "Did you have a nice Christmas?" And she said, "Considering I'm Jewish, yes, I did." So that was our first meeting, and we laugh about it still. And turns out she still has family in Israel, that's not one of the reasons I support Israel, but I do support Israel. Her family lives right next door to Benjamin Netanyahu. And if you don't know who he is, I suggest you Google it, because I'm not going to go into the details about that. That's political. So we have a good rapport with Dr. Foreman. So I'd say we've been going there at least 10 years. And everybody from the gift shops up to the radiology, the labs, and you know how big a university hospital can be. I like going up there. So tomorrow we'll see what she has to say about. I don't think he's strong enough to. Wow, I've never seen it do that before. Wow, that was kind of weird. Ooh, that was a big cloud. Wow, I liked that. I might have to take that with me tomorrow instead of... and then give you these nice containers to fill up, I told you. So... usually we don't see Dr. Foreman. She's like... But let me tell you another story. There's a gastroenterologist over here at Evans at the military hospital, and his name is Dr. McNally. Well, back in 1993, Dr. McNally was the one that Kevin and I went to see when we got a letter from Boston Mass General saying we tested positive for non-hepatitis A, non-hepatitis B, hepatitis, and to consult our PCM. So we saw our PCM, who sent us to a gastroenterologist, and that happened to be Colonel McNally. At that time, they didn't even really know too much about the hepatitis. But then after he followed us for a year, and he's a very smart doctor, we both went on a treatment that was interferon and ribavirin. And it was a whole 12 months of injecting yourself in the belly 2 times a day with this poison, and then taking, 5 to 10 pills a day, I think it was. Plus then you had to take pills, like I had to take Prozac. That was all there was back then. But I made it through that year of treatment, and I rid my body of hepatitis C before it did any damage to me. Never been a big drinker. You see me do my dabbering, but I'm really not a big drinker, so I'm healthy. Grumpy Grandpa, 9 times he tried different treatments. A couple of those times it was the interferon and ribavirin, and it almost killed him. That is why he's always so anemic now, because they wanted to get him to 6 months to see if they could get the viral load to drop, and oh boy, guys, it's gonna be a long one. And then he had to go see a cancer doctor who put him on other drugs to keep his blood going, and then they had to do a bone marrow biopsy, and they damn near killed him. So the cancer doctor told the liver doctor, that was Dr. Patel, that was an outside doctor, no more, we're killing this man. So then another treatment came out that was really good, but when they got his blood work back, they said no. He couldn't do that one. They sent us home with the expensive drugs, but no. Then last year, I think it was last year, maybe the year before, when the Sovaldi came out, and you might have seen commercials for it, that was the miracle drug. $1,500 a pill, though. And he had to take it, instead of, most people only have to take it 2 to 3 months, he had to take it January to July. But it rid his body of hepatitis C. But now he's got so many other things wrong with him from hepatitis C. I'll take good care of him. That's what we were interrupted because Joyce, her and I talked about it, about he took good care of me all those years when he was in the Army, and took me around places and gave me a good life, and that's what marriage is about. So, how about on that note, that's a positive note, we say adieu, and like I say, you probably won't see me tomorrow. Maybe I'll give you an update when we get back from the university. Make it the best Monday you can. Who likes Mondays? Except for retired people like me, because Monday's just another day. Make it the best day you can. Do your own personal best. Try to do a kind deed for somebody. Peace, love, and happiness. See you guys when I see you. Bye.